Hiya, for Miss Smith here today. So in PSHE today we're going to be exploring how we treat animals and the importance of looking after any animals in our care. Now today we're going to be learning about a wonderful charity called Dogs Trust. And Dogs Trust is the UK's largest dog welfare charity, and it helps to rehome rescue dogs. Now, a rescue dog is a dog that's been placed in a new home after it's been abused, neglected or abandoned by its previous owner. Now, the Dog Trust work really hard to find the dogs a happy new home with owners who are going to be kind and really look after them. Now, many people buy dogs around Christmas time as presents for people. And in this past year, especially due to lockdown, there's been a real surge, which means an increase of people wanting dogs. And this is because more people are working from home and they've got much more time to go walking, etc. However, people do not always do their research properly and they don't understand what a big commitment getting a dog will actually be. Now, you may have heard this famous slogan before: a dog is for life, not just for Christmas. Meaning people buy dogs, for example, at Christmas time, but then realise how hard working it can actually be looking after a dog. Or they realise how expensive it is to look after them. And then they decide to go back on their decision, and sometimes they just dump the dog because they don't want it anymore. Now, there's many advantages of keeping pets. Pets are really good company and they're always there with you. Pets are really loving and often show lots of affection. They often want lots of love and cuddles. And dogs can be really good protectors. If they hear anyone or see anyone near your house, they often bark really loud to let you know, and they alert you to it. And if you get a rescue dog in particular, it's really lovely to think that you might have actually saved its life. But even though there's many advantages, there's sometimes disadvantages too. Now, pets can take up a lot of time because they need lots of attention. And dogs in particular will need a walk most days, which can be really difficult after a really busy day at work or school. Pets often need lots of training, especially puppies. When you first get them, they need to be house trained and learn that they go to the toilet outside. And often people don't realise how expensive it can be to own a dog. So you'll have the food to pay for, and if it becomes poorly, vet bills can be extremely expensive. Now, the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, is also known as the RSPCA, is another charity. And the RSPCA was the first to introduce laws to help protect animals and to ensure that all animals can live free from pain and suffering. And they often give people advice about animal welfare. Now, unfortunately, the RSPCA officers have to investigate over 110,000 complaints of cruelty towards animals every year. The RSPCA may get a phone call from a member of the general public who may have concerns that an animal is not being treated correctly. So inspectors will go to the premises where they've been informed that there's cruelty taking place, and they often speak to the animal's owners and give advice about how to care for it. Now, if the animal needs veterinary care, the owner will be told how the animal should be treated. And after a few days, the inspectors will then return to check on the animal's progress and to see whether the owner has actually taken any notice of their advice. If an animal is in a really bad condition, or if the advice hasn't been followed, the owner then could be taken to court. And the maximum penalty for mistreating any animal is up to 6 months in prison or even a £5,000 fine. Now, this is where the Dogs Trust comes in to help. Some dogs will be taken away from their owners who are not treating them correctly so that they can be rehomed to a better family. Some dogs are simply abandoned and then they're rescued by the Dogs Trust. Now, the Dogs Trust aim is to give the dog a brand new start, a brand new family who can give them the love and attention that they do actually deserve. Now today, the bronze challenge is, I want you to design a poster that advertises the Dog Trust. And on it, I want you to write some keywords on your poster explaining to people all the advantages and the benefits of adopting a pet. The silver challenge is really similar. Again, you're going to design a poster advertising the Dogs Trust, but you might want to include a catchy slogan. So for example, we heard one through the presentation that said, "Dogs are for life, not just for Christmas." Could you think of a different one? And then I want you to add a paragraph onto your poster explaining to people the advantages and benefits of adopting a pet. So here's one example. You can see a lovely dog there, and it says, "Waiting to steal your heart and maybe your socks." Or what about this one? This one's really cute. This one says, "Waiting to make my happy face when you've got a sad face." Now, if you really want to stretch yourself, you might do the goal challenge. And the goal challenge is to design a leaflet for the Dogs Trust customers. And I want you to set out all the pros and cons. That means all the advantages and disadvantages of keeping a dog. And then also explain the advantages of adopting a dog from an animal shelter too. There's just a glossary of words there if you wanted to go through them. And here's some useful websites that you might like to have a look at in your own time. Look forward to seeing all your posters year 4. See you later. Bye.